Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'll be showing you guys how to fold the Sabrewolf helicopter by Jayson Merrill in his book Armed Forces Origami. And this model is very complex, so the tutorial will be splitted into parts, so welcome to part 1. And yeah, it has retractable landing gear, 4 missile racks, and the guns. So yeah, let's begin. You will need a 13-inch square sheet of foil paper for best results. You'll begin by folding the paper in half. Like this. You need to fold it the other way. Next, you can unfold it. And now this step, in the book, there's steps showing you how to fold the references for the fold. But I like to make it without the references because it seems more accurate. So this fold requires you to fold the left edge in about quarter less than an inch, or something like that would work. Next, you can fold the paper in half and fold the other side to match. Fold it under. Okay, next you're going to create sort of a modified water bomb base. So you're going to fold the bottom corner up, landing the top edge on the open edges. And then you can squash fold the paper over. Once you've done that, you can turn the paper over, fold that big flap over to the other side, and then squash folding that flap too. Okay, after you've done that, it should look like this. Next, you can pre-crease to pedal fold these flaps up. So first, just fold them up. Unfold them. And you can fold the top down and crease it lightly. You can crease it, but not very sharply. Using that crease, you can sharpen it and fold the top in and grab the mountain folds and bring them forward. So it's a little bit different than a petal fold, but still a petal fold. Next, you can fold, then unfold the sides. So like that on one side, and you're going to repeat that on the other side. These layers will get thick later on, or the paper will get thicker later on. And yeah, once you've done that, you can unfold the paper back to step 12, like this, and using the existing creases, squash fold one of the flaps over. And when you do that, make sure this little flap isn't overlapping or folding over center crease, or just make sure it is positioned like that. This will become the tail fin and part of the rear landing struts. You can make sure the creases are aligned. And next, using that other existing crease you made for the petal fold, fold it down, but only crease the squash folded section. So you can perform a modified petal fold using some of the creases. Only one or two of the creases will not be there. One of the creases we already creased, and the other one we will be making. So it's that crease right there. It is a new crease, so crease it really well. You should be creasing the entire model really well. Okay, you can squash fold this flap down. If you folded the flanks before by Jayson Merrill, this model here, you may get reminded of the folding sequence of it with these steps, because the flanks uses similar steps as this, but the other steps are not similar. It's only this step that makes people think it's similar to the flanks, or the people who have folded the flanks. But anyways, inside reverse fold these edges in, and the creases are already there, so it will make it easier. Some of the creases you will have to reposition, but the rest of them you don't have to reposition. So just inside reverse fold them, like that. And fold this tip of the petal fold down. Fold it over, and repeat that process on the other side. Okay, once you've done that, the paper should look like this. Next, you can fold the nearest flap up using its existing hinge. Then you can fold that point down to those creases. Right now we are making the tail fin, which can seem confusing in the book, actually. Next, you can fold this edge up from that corner, landing this edge on itself, so making it perpendicular. similar to a color change cockpit fold, but we're making a tail fin, not a cockpit. So next you can fold this edge down to that edge, and repeat that on the other side of the flap. Next, using the creases you made, you're going to first rotate the paper to make it easier, if you want to, and mount and fold, tip behind, and just separate the layers. Like that, and using these creases, making sure they're mountain folds, and while making sure those layers are popped out, you can push the paper together to form the flap, the tail fin, which you then can lay everything down, fold it out from underneath, while making sure that the top edge is horizontal. If it isn't, keep or reposition it so it is horizontal. Or, if you can, make your own, remake the creases. Sometimes that flap will be not horizontal if you didn't fold exactly along the creases. You will not need to fold along the creases behind, actually. You will need to fold on the creases that are in the front. So, people sometimes make mistakes on that. Well, I believe people sometimes make mistakes on that. But, anyways, fold the flap over and fold this flap over. Well, fold part of it over, like that. So the fold goes inside that pocket. And next, pre-crease only this layer by folding it over, like that. And fold this layer back over to where it was before, and repeat. But you have to fold it along with the underside edge, to make it possible. Once you've done that, repeat those steps on the other side. And make sure to crease these creases sharp because we will be using them later. Okay, next, fold this flap down and fold this bottom edge up that edge. Okay, unfold that and fold these flaps of the center diamond over and fold the right side of the underside flap over. Mount and fold it over. So you'll make the base into this position. Next, rotate the model and petal fold the flap over using the hinge of the diamond or the bottom part. There are some unusual folds in this model, and this is one of them. Well, an unusual looking petal fold is one of them. You can repeat behind, or turn over and repeat behind. And next, pull out that flap we folded earlier. Pull that flap out. So, pull it all the way out to expose a new section of the paper and repeat behind. Okay, squash fold this layer up using the existing creases and fold the bottom layer up to the center of the squash fold. And pre-crease. So next, fold this edge to that top edge. Bring that crease to the top edge. And fold this edge down to the crease. Using those creases, inside reverse fold the paper in and out. And next, unfold it to step 38. Like that. Those were just some pre-creases that we're going to use in a later step. Next, you're going to turn the model over and repeat that process on the other side. So, yeah. Make sure your layers don't fold over like that. If they do, unfold them. And then, begin the process. Okay, once you've done the process, you can turn the model over if you want, and outside reverse fold the back part of the paper using the existing crease. So partially unfold it and fold it over like that, and reconstruct the model, making sure it is folded neatly. Like that. And next, you will have to perform a double swivel fold to this flap. And in order to do that, you're going to have to reach into that pocket, fold it over, and grab this layer and, well, fold that over using that crease, and grabbing that, you're going to let go of that before you grab this edge and swivel that edge to the top. And crease it down before, or when you do that, you're going to fold this other layer of the pocket down and collapse it by folding that edge onto itself and creasing it. And you're going to have to now grab these layers and make a valley fold from that point over until you flatten the model, like that. So this is one of the most difficult steps in this model. There are more difficult steps like these coming up in other parts. So, yeah. Okay, once you've done that double swivel fold, the model should look like this. Next, you can turn the model over, and if you didn't understand that part, or that step, I will explain it again. So, grab one layer of the pocket, and fold it over, and grab this edge and just swivel it over along the existing creases, like that. So this point lands on that point. And next, grab this flap and swivel it over from that point to create a pinch mark there. And using that pinch mark, you're going to first grab this layer and flatten it, like that. And after you've done that, you can now make that valley fold and flatten the model. Making sure it is symmetrical. And if these layers are folded down, make sure to swivel them up so the model looks like this. And crease everything together sharply. And that's it for part 1. So, I will see you in part 2. Bye!